Texas Revolution. In 1820, Moses Austin started a colony called Texas, but under Spanish rule. In 1821, Mexico gained independence from Spain. Austin's land grant was worthless. From 1821 to 1827, Moses Austin's son, Stephen, attracted nearly 300 families. The families came to get a fortune, evade arrest, or start a new life altogether. The land was rich and fertile for growing crops. There was grass and plains for animals, and there were rivers heading to the Gulf of Mexico.
Rising tension in Texas.
Americans who settled in Texas resented following Spanish laws. Americans were unhappy that all official documents in Texas were written in Spanish. Tejanos also found Americans to be very cocky. Later laws were set. No American immigration, taxes were now in Texas, and many more Mexican troops were sent to Texas. The tension was rising. Texas revolts against Mexico. Stephen Austin went to Mexico City with a petition asking for Texas to become a self-governed state within Mexico. Santa Anna, the Mexican president, was planning to agree with the petition until he got word that Austin was planning to rebel Mexico if the petition was rejected. Santa Anna was furious and sent troops to Texas. In 1835, Mexican troops attempted to steal a cannon from the rebels. The cannon had a banner attached that said, "Come and take it." The Mexicans failed in seizing the cannon, and 2 months later, American troops raided the Alamo and began to use it as a base. Fight of the Alamo. First, 1836 marked when Texans would meet at the settlement, Washington on the Brazos, where they would decide to declare Texas free from Mexico. Sam Houston became commander because of his previous military experience. He had a pretty small army, one group of 420 and another group of 183 volunteers. February 23, 1836, Santa Anna surrounded San Antonio. They began the attack on the following day. The Texans defended the Alamo for 12 days. On the 13th day, Santa Anna stormed the Alamo with 1,800 men. This group was met with cannon and gunfire. They soon ran out of ammo and most men were slaughtered. There were 5 survivors, most of which were executed. However, a few women and children were spared. One, Susanna Dickinson, was kept alive to spread the story of the Alamo. Victory at San Jacinto. Because of Santa Anna's attacks to Texas, many settlers fled eastward. Sam Houston, an army general, had his army captured by Mexican forces. 300 Americans were executed, and that event is known as the Massacre at Goliad. Houston began to put together an army of all types of people, Mexican and American. Eventually, Houston's men and Santa Anna's men met at the San Jacinto River. In 18 minutes, half the Mexicans were killed, and Santa Anna signed a treaty giving Texas freedom, making it an independent state.
Lone Star Republic.
After achieving freedom, the citizens of Texas wanted to join the U.S. The Texas government would soon request Congress to accept Texas into the country. Northerners objected, saying that Texas would become a slave state. In the end, Congress refused to accept Texas, and it remained an independent nation for almost 10 years.